need a dead end? Why do you need it?
Need dead end. I don't know.
The way you said it sounded like it was supposed to sound like something else.
Yeah, I thought maybe it did, but even saying it that way didn't actually make it feel like it was supposed to be. I think that might have been the only house that had anything in it. I feel like it is. I don't actually know 100% if that's true.
I'm expecting dogs to just show up from around the corner because they seem like
there might be
really
more dogs
mobile.
In here. I can't actually remember.
It's
I
getting
remember
a little
there
more
being more
down
dogs
here.
in this area,
That's
though.
Probably not a good sign, but it feels nice.
Yep, more dogs.
Yeah, like they're big and fast, but not very strong. So it seems like they would just sort of howl in from wherever.
Yeah, you'd think so, right? Like, you'd think that they'd use the dogs more often than they do, but they really like to use them down here and almost nowhere else. Like, dogs do exist in other places, but this is the place that I can think of off the top of my head that has the biggest concentration of dogs. And they're used almost exclusively to just be annoying. You can just roll over that guy. You don't have to...
Is there a guy? Oh.
Yeah, there's a dog. Like I said, I think this is the biggest concentration of dogs.
Visibility is a bit low right now.
Yeah, maybe a little bit.
I mean,
is it because of your helmet?
Yeah, that and, like, the camera doesn't like these little passages.
Forgive any sounds you hear in the background.
Yeah, that spooked me for a second.
Yeah,
was that just outside?
Yeah, yes, it was.
Happy 4th of July.
There were people setting off fireworks. This is probably going up way the hell after 4th of July because of the way that I split these sessions.
We probably should have thought of that. I forgot what day it was.
That is the armor that they are wearing.
Wait a minute. Some of that is what I'm wearing.
It's exactly what you're wearing. With the exception of the thief mask. This is where your character
was some of that like all the
up.
basic stuff?
That was all of your stuff, specifically. You started as a thief, and this is where you find the set for the starting thief.
We never really decided why Grandma was a thief.
Yeah, I don't know.
So that's probably not something I want to go through yet.
Yeah, that's optional, by the way. You never have to go through that fog gate.
Oh, well, we'll go through it eventually.
To my knowledge, anyway. I can't actually...
I'll make a point of dying there for some reason.
Probably.
Who are you? State yourself.
I love the shape of this area.
Yeah, there's... Clearly something there. Either a
they
path
can hide
or
a dude
one of
there,
those.
right? Like,
is it only one? I like
well,
how
you can turn your camera to find out. Like, it's literally just enough space to hide a single person.
Yeah.
It's just a little notch in the road. And yeah, he didn't do anything while his friend was getting murdered. He threw a knife at you there. That was what he did.
Is it stuck in me?
I don't think so.
It doesn't do that effect. That's fine. It would just
I
flag
don't think knives do that.
game.
Arrows do it, but I don't think knives do. I would look for a bonfire if I were you. I think there's one nearby, but I don't know where it is. What? Okay, this is somebody cheating.
Huh.
That is the only way to get the icon and that message. Would be if they were cheating.
So there's a guy with arrows.
Yeah, he's up above you.
Alright.
So I take that little staircase up. Maybe he's right there. He's on that landing. It's just a little pygmy with a fucking bow. Poor little pygmy with a bow. Look at him.
Yeah,
he had no
now
chance at all. Like,
poor in health.
Yeah, well now he's poor and dead.
Is there any more guys up there? I don't think so.
I do not believe so. I don't think so, yeah.
Be wary of strange creature. Okay, that probably means an NPC or something, so...
You saw that. You saw through that pretty good.
Okay, so this just doesn't go anywhere.
Yeah, I think the staircase might be the enemy.
Alright, so should I be ready for a fight?
Don't be ready to fight. Don't worry about it.
Ew, what is that? Like,
it looks like a way bigger drop than it is.
It looks like a sewer.
That's a staircase.
Oh, there's a guy.
He won't attack you.
What's this say? Merchant ahead.
It's a merchant. It is like the one in Undead Bird.
Okay.
Okay, spin your camera so that it's up against her. Through the bars.
Her?
Yeah, keep going, keep going. No, keep... There you go. So the her voice is dependent on where your camera is. So basically, fit your camera inside her head if you want to hear her talking.
What?
Let me show you. Let me see the controller. I'll show you what I mean.
I could hear her fine.
Like this. Because of the way that this area is kind of designed, you basically, her voice is coming directly out of her. So if you're over here, you can't hear her very well. But if you're over here, you can hear her totally fine.
I'm confused.
See?
I'm confused as to why that was important enough for you to direct me on things.
These nice iron bars. I love
Okay.
it here, I really, really do.
Yeah, there's something screwy with the way that her audio works.
I'm undead. I've never been happier.
Okay. Well, it's good to meet a fellow grandma. We should sit down and knit.
She's just a hollow. She's not a grandma.
Oh, she might not actually.
She might not actually be that old.
She
at
has an
all.
old voice.
Yeah, she might be a young woman. Well, I mean, she's got an old body too, but like
Yeah,
that's
she
because she's
looks
a
like
hollow.
she is zombie, so it's hard to say. But like, she sounded like she might be.
So the way that hollowing works in this universe, you see what I mean?
I can still hear her.
You could barely hear
It's
her.
a little weird, yeah.
Yeah. But then you come up here and you can totally hear her.
It's not that big a difference.
It's a huge difference.
I don't know. I mean,
It is like the biggest.
we're
It's
talking
like
over it,
you triple
so-
the volume of her voice when you're up against her.
we're talking over it, so maybe I don't know.
I'm just saying.
So,
She's got all of the
clumps.
mosses. Yeah.
She's the clump
So-
salesman.
The implication, because of what she was saying, where she's stuck behind these iron bars, but she chooses to be there.
How'd she even get there?
She may have come from farther upstream. She might have wiggled her way in. Like Rickard, though, she chooses to be behind the bars because it is like she is protected back there.
Throwing knives. Should I?
I wouldn't worry about it
don't know.
right now. I think you've got enough throwing knives. The poison
Yeah, I've
ones
not
are
even
nice, but
used
they're not
them.
going to be super useful.
Dung
right
pie. Oh,
now.
gross.
Yeah,
Does she make
gross.
those herself?
Maybe. Alluring Skull, which you picked up a couple of in the past. You don't have them anymore, but you did use them.
Okay,
She
so I can-
sells
yeah,
transient
okay.
curses. They're kind of expensive, but she does sell them. So if you want to go fight the ghosts, she's the one you talk to.
Drop and listen to check heights. So that's just a rock?
Yeah,
It's
that's
a
just
rock.
it's a rock that will tell you whether or not if you drop it off of a cliffside, if the fall is lethal or not.
Well, I don't think I need anything that she sells right now. But now I know where she
Yeah,
is.
that's fine. She sells a lot of really good shit.
What a humdrum lass you are.
Lass. I'm probably older than you, apparently.
But
Do I want to go down here?
yeah, go all the way down. So the big thing with her is that she tells you she's protected behind those bars, and all she does all day is sit there and scrape the moss off of the inside of that thing and collect her wares and then sell them back to you.
Well, I guess if it makes her happy. Oh, this just connects back to the thingy.
Yep. You know
Yeah.
exactly where you are now.
Okay.
So
That rat's
now,
still dead?
yeah,
No, it isn't. Because
well,
we did stop at the
If you rush through,
bonfire.
kill the rat, and kill the guys out here, you can sit at that bonfire and then come back and have all your Estus, and it's a shorter trip than it would be if you died and then went back to the bonfire that you sat at last. Like a significantly shorter trip. Even though that hallway is long as shit for God only knows what reason.
Ugh, this is a hard...
Yeah, it's
Camera
a hard it's a
weapon.
hard weapon to use in such a short
No, it's-
like space too.
Yeah, it's the camera. I just could not get my
Yeah,
bearings
it's a
of
little
how
weird
far
a little
back
bit.
the
There's a
floor
guy behind
went.
you. With an axe. And then that guy throwing firebombs. That's really the only guy that I think is going to be doing much damage to you, to be
He
honest.
did enough there. Oof.
Yeah. It's not good, even though you can totally beat the shit out of these guys and not care about it. It's not good to get cocky about the kind of damage
Because
that
I'll
these guys
fall
do.
off of something. Or whatever.
Yes, but also if these guys do kind of like group up, any like enemy type in this game in a large group can still be totally and completely lethal and can kill the shit out of you. Like even the pygmies, because we had a lot of that for a few episodes where it was like even with the pygmies, those motherfuckers in large enough groups can just slaughter like high level players. It doesn't matter. It's just got to be a high enough, grouping of them. Or
I thought my thing had less durability than that. Maybe I
No.
just don't remember repairing.
It's fine.
Repaired that just because. So I don't have enough for a level up.
Yeah.
So I figured I'd do something here.
Do you want to go back and try that fog door? Because you can get to it relatively quick.
Maybe I'm gonna probably want to make sure I don't have any other paths I've missed.
That's fair.
Yeah, because, I went down that little thing, but it's were there other branches? I don't remember. Partly because it all looks the same, and partly because this place is, twisty.
I can do you a solid and tell you that, that area with the dogs? Mm-hmm. You missed no branches there. There was nothing going back from, where you are going to come out.
What just happened there?
Yeah. From where you're going to come out, though, other way. That rat won't chase you, by the way. He just sits here for some godforsaken
Yeah, but the
reason.
other ones were really mean, so now they all have to deal with me.
Once you walk out from where that woman scraping moss is, and go to the right, the only thing that you will find if you backtrack that you haven't gone to is the fog gate. But there is some stuff around this area where you pop out that you haven't gone down. Some people think that woman's name might be Lydia.
Why?
I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Lydia is the name of that one guy's wash bucket. And they are close enough.
Fuck.
Good job. They're close enough together, and they are the same
I don't have to deal with that
style
guy.
character.
Do the assassins come back?
Yes, they do.
Alright.
They're close enough together, and they're the same style character, though, so people think that they may have actually, at some point been intended to be together or something, so maybe all the Lydia dialogue is supposed to be her. But she walked off at some point and just never came back. It's just a door. What do you...
There could have been an assassin behind it.
You can open that door even. It gave you a prompt, but it's locked.
Locked.
Yep.
Yeah, well, I was thinking, the assassins come back, I'd better, check for that shit.
Yeah. So yeah, this guy needs to die. There you go.
At least once.
Yeah. Well, no, you've killed these guys before.
Yeah. So, they've fulfilled their requirement for dying at least once. But, you want to be thorough. Alright, so that's... Oh, right, that's just for the... Yeah.
Yeah, don't rush through without thinking.
Yeah, it's slightly raised there.
Yeah,
so it's is that a
fancy,
thing?
No.
Yeah,
not at
no,
all.
it's not. It's weird, though.
So the big thing about Dark Souls, when it comes to...
Forgot it was going to be right... I didn't know it would be right there. I've never approached from this angle, but that did startle me.
When it comes to Dark Souls, by the way, when it comes to, invisible walls and stuff, they are never where you think they are. You can check.
I don't really have to go
this
way.
If you backtrack from here, you've gotten everything back there. Okay. Except for the door that you couldn't open that had the guy behind it.
Okay, so going through here, should I heal first? I'm thinking I've only got a chunk taken, but
your choice.
This is probably a boss.
I mean, it's up to you.
It's probably a boss. Let's not go in there weak. Because if it hits me once and it kills me, that's gonna suck.
It's a boss! It's actually a mini-boss. But don't take him, as a joke. He is for real going to do some damage. So
nice music all of a sudden.
Yeah, he's got 2 dogs in here. The dogs, I feel, are honestly the hardest part about his fight. Once you actually get the dogs down, for him, it's just walking in a big circle. Just strafe around him and watch how he attacks, and then hit him when he has openings. He's a typical boss. So this is just a Dark Souls boss. Fight it, basically.
Okay.
So I don't know if you recall though, but when we first started this LP, and we talked to Crestfallen, who's the guy who's sitting there next to your bonfire in the metal armor.
Guy who I kind of remember being a dick because everyone at the bonfire is a dick.
Yeah, that guy's kind of a dick. He's really sad all the time. You can't jump past
Last
him.
time he somersaulted over me. I was kind of hoping it would happen again. Okay. I was hopeful. It's fine though. Yeah. I got past him.
When you talked to Crestfallen, he told you that you needed to ring 2 bells, And he said there's a bell above and a bell below. But then also when he was talking to you, he said that there was a bull demon that took residence up above, and a goat demon that had taken residence down below, and was saying the world has gone to hell already. The bull demon up above was the Taurus demon. That's the first boss. And the goat demon down below is the Capra demon, who is the guy that you're fighting now. So they're a pair. They showed up at the same time. They like all the same things. They have each other on speed dial. They're buddies. It's just basically, what you're supposed to know about them.
They hang out.
Yeah, they hang out. They're friends.
Well, they're not anymore because you killed one of them.
Well, they're also part of the same race because demon is a race.
Okay, so no matter what it looks like, they're all just the same thing?
If they are demons, they are all technically the same race, yeah. One of them, Taurus demon is a bull and Capra demon is a goat, but yeah, they're still the same species. They just have, I'm not even going to call it subspecies, they have races. And one of them just happens to be bull, and the other one happens to be goat.
Okay.
There are other ones as well.
I'm gonna guess they're all zodiacs, right?
Actually, no. I think only these two are. You cannot, if it's the double one, you can't block that. That's not going to happen. He hits too hard for that. He'll break your block. He'll break your block super easy. So, yeah, I would not face fuck him. I would,
You keep using that term!
Well, don't sit up in his face and don't let him sit you up in his face. Try to go for his ass, is what I'm gonna try and say.
I was trying!
Because he only attacks forward, see?
Yeah, I know.
I know, I'm just saying.
You love to say face fuck, though.
Oh, shush. This is a pretty good lesson for just how you should be fighting bosses in Dark Souls, basically. And yeah, it's a little late in the game to be teaching you this kind of lesson, but the whole game is meant to be a learning experience, and this is a big learning experience.
Maybe I should switch back to my sword.
Yeah.
There was no rolling to be done there. At least I picked up those souls, so that at least when I come back, if I can beat him, then it's not that bad. I think I'm gonna switch back to longsword because we're not dealing with skeletons anymore.
I suppose.
So I'm gonna just.
It's up, not
yeah.
down.
Got way too many things in
here.
here.
Your thing is at the very top, yeah.
So I'm gonna keep the shield on, and then I'll switch to two-handed when I get up to the door, to the fog door.
He hits really fast. I'm not going to tell you no, don't do that, because if you want to try and do like two-handing the longsword for this, go for it. But he is going to be really, really fast. He's not like the gargoyles who took forever to turn around. So that might, without your defense, that might be kind of a hard fight. I don't know. Might be harder with than without.
Yeah, but like my shield wasn't really helpful.
Yeah, if you're sure. Because he did kind of like knock your shield down a couple of times, so I guess maybe.
Yeah, it feels like I want to just get a better roll.
Well, it's not like every single hit he does breaks your shield. It's only the hit. The only hit that went through your shield was the one that was flattening you. It was where he put both of them together and then reeled back and slammed them down on top of you.
Yeah, but
you gotta watch for when he choreographs his moves.
If I've got the shield up, I'm more tempted to keep it up.
I mean, I guess. And if you keep it up, then you're not gonna, you're gonna lose stamina and you're not gonna gain it back. I have noticed that you do that. I think some comments have mentioned that I should be telling you to drop your shield more.
So if I just don't have it up, then I'm not as likely to have that issue.
I suppose. You might want to heal. The dogs are coming.
Yeah, well, the dogs are coming. I can put my shield up for that.
Okay.
Wait. Ah, there they are.
It might be better to do a poke for the close confines like that.
Yeah. I switched back from the halberd. I'm getting used to it. Okay. So now they're done, and I can heal up, and I'm almost all at full health.
Okay.
So that worked out good. Got it.
Yep. So he kind of moves forward when he attacks too. There's still a dog. Oh, no, he's dead. Oh no, that dog was still alive.
Yeah. Anyways, I was trying to move to the side, didn't do it fast enough, but I got the souls, so at least they'll still be gettable?
I suppose.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, Capra Demon is he's pretty difficult for first timers, but it's not as though he is impossible. You are meant to beat him.
You're meant to beat the whole game, presumably.
Yeah. I mean, sure.
I mean, they want you to do it by running past everything, which I'm doing right now, but I don't like it.
Yeah, I know.
Also, that guy. Sometimes he just flips right over me. Sometimes he just will not move.
Well, it's variable AI. Sometimes it decides one thing. Sometimes
I mean, if it did the same thing every time, it would be
it would be super easy to figure out how to do things like the run. And in all fairness, the runs are not always without problems. Like that one guy is a good example. Sometimes there will just be an enemy that takes up the entirety of your walkway, and that's kind of just it's going to happen. Sometimes runs aren't really possible because you have to stop and wait, or you hit a door and you have to open the door. And if you got 80 enemies on your tail and you're trying to open up the door, then you're probably screwed a little bit. Or if you have enemies that outrun you, or, just stuff like that.
Alright, this guy throws shit.
In this case, you wouldn't be able to run past those guys sitting down there at the bottom of the staircase, the 2 assassins you just killed, because they'd follow you up here. That's not far enough away from where they spawn. Is the other dog dead? No, he isn't.
Nah, he's just stuck on a wall.
You have a thrust, don't forget.
Yeah. There we go.
Yeah. It's actually slightly more reliable as damage dealing as well, even though it takes a little bit longer, because your thrust has that follow-up where it pulls back, and it's just a second thrust for super cheap. Careful. Oh god.
I'm trying to get away from him.
No, you were right up in his face, though.
I was trying to not be.
Okay.
See, rolling is still kind of weird for me because this game controls bad.
No, it doesn't.
But I got a dog here to get rid of.
Yeah, he's done. You killed the
now,
dog.
just now. Okay, that worked. That worked.
And
I'm just learning to dodge him, honestly. That's I'm still on how much space do I have.
Yeah. It's not a lot of space in here. It's a very confined area.
Yeah, so I'm working on it.
I'm really hoping that your souls didn't just spawn all the way back in the back of the room.
They might have. Man, apologies for how many repetitive runs up through the area this is.
Yeah, and the earlier part of the session was some pretty repetitive runs as well. We're sorry, it's Dark Souls. This is kind of the curse of Dark Souls sometimes.
I like to think at least our dialogue has been good.
I hope so.
See that? He just flew right over me.
It happens. He did a lunging attack because he saw you on the stairs and thought it would be a good idea, but you ran through it, so he just fucking died.
Yeah, so, like, I just like to think that we talk interesting.
I mean, hopefully. Otherwise, people are really just watching us, like, LP a game that everybody ever has LP.
Yeah, but they haven't done it with our voices and personalities.
Well, yeah, no, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
That's, the talking points in the discussion, that is the unique thing.
Yeah, also people seem to be more interested in watching us play games they're already familiar with. Have you noticed that?
Yeah, I suppose.
Oh, missed.
Completely.
That's fine, though, because I was just doing a weird run.
Yeah.
I was not actually, like, banking on being able to get him with that.
Yeah. And then the 2 dogs, and I don't know.
Are these dogs zombies?
Yeah, they're well, I mean, like, they're dogs. They're kind of like hollow dogs a little bit. They're very emaciated. Maybe a little burned, I can't quite tell. You gotta stop using the R1 for that. You keep plinking off the wall like continuously.
I know. I noticed it. Alright. 1, 2, 2.
And the souls are in the back. Yeah. Yep.
Trying to roll away.
Yep.
Oof. Oh, now I'm in the nook.
Yep. With the broken door.
Should I just call those souls lost? Because they're gonna be in this little nook here that's a death nook.
How about we just call it the end of the session? Yeah.
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 We've done some good progress.
It's been enough. Okay. So final thoughts.
Good night. Took a bow. I don't know. Like, it's good to have felt out some more areas.
I feel like you made a lot of progress. You grabbed a lot of shortcuts.
Yeah, we've done stuff to set up for later.
Yeah.
The main issue I have is the same issue I've always had, where like rolling and running
nothing
and
wrong
jumping.
With the controls. You know, some people have actually been calling you out on that. There's nothing wrong with these controls.
They're terrible, but
They're
also the
not.
camera doesn't like. It seems like a straightforward camera until like the level designs kind of like stick. Like there's a whole lot of stuff that make movement really not great. See that? Like it's
what is the camera supposed to do? Go through the wall?
I don't know. Maybe in an area that's really confined, just have a fixed camera angle. It wouldn't really be great, but like just
let me see.
this game's controls are its biggest enemy. That's just the thing.
Let's see if I remember how to do this. No, that's not it.
You might have to do it from outside the
PC
game.
Settings. No. I'm changing a thing for you. There.
What? What is that?
This changes the camera slightly so that it no longer gets locked up on walls.
Why was there an option to be locked up on walls at all?
Because a lot of people prefer that camera. That's the original one, and I think they had to patch the other thing in, the thing that I just did. It still gets...
It slides better, though.
It still does that, yeah, but it'll slide. It
As
doesn't
opposed
kind of
to
bump around and go nuts.
Jammed.
Yeah.
So they patched this in, but they left it the other way because other people like that?
I like that. I keep trying to tell you.
I don't get it.
Like, you keep saying this shit's, like, terrible and it's garbage, and it's
is.
No, most people prefer it.
I don't know. Like, I occasionally do see people on the internet fight about whether or not this game is bad or not.
It's not bad.
It's an actual topic of real discussion. It's not just me dunking on you because I just feel like it's funny.
Alright, fine. So, final thoughts.
I had my final thoughts.
Yeah, I don't have any more final thoughts.
The next boss is a confined space that requires a lot of, like, movement in a confined space.
Yeah, it's fine.
Well, we'll deal with it eventually. Probably not going to grind in the meantime. It's probably just a matter of just doing it.
We might grind a little bit, I don't know.
Did you see what kind of damage we were doing? Because I couldn't tell.
Pretty good damage, actually.
Okay. I wasn't even looking at numbers because I was looking at, like,
I was totally looking
environment.
At numbers. On multiple occasions, I think you got him down to about half health.
Okay.
Capridim is not very strong. He does good damage, but when it comes to actually taking damage, he's kind of a pushover. How do
you go into different thingies? There's a switch for these.
Triangle, I think? I don't remember.
Yeah.
You don't have anything that you're going to want to, though. Okay,
well,
you just replaced your bow. Alright, good night, everybody.
Good night. I'm just playing around because we were talking, and I was not doing anything.
Yeah, I know.
Alright, have a good night, guys. Happy 4th, or whatever.
It's not even the 4th.
Good night. Good night.